It's to start to call your shot on the RamosLaw.com text line and over on the YouTube stream. Just search Denver Sports on YouTube. Click the Dover and Cecil stream and you're in. And the RamosLaw.com text line is another outlet for you to hit us up. 303-713-1043 there. Make sure you put your name on your text when you call your shot with your Mile High moment so we can tell the world how right you were on Friday. Cease, want to get into early feelings, some keys to the game for this one, but a real quick look at the injury report for the Denver Broncos. Dre Greenlaw's ready to go. He was telling the media yesterday, right, that he can play as many snaps as they would like. You said this earlier, limited players from yesterday's practice. PJ Locke is one of those. He's a depth piece, so, not that he's not important, but he's not a key piece for what they have right now. You hope he's okay and can be available. But Alex Forsythe, no designation on Wednesday, and then a limited designation on Thursday.
Right.
He's dealing with an ankle injury. Did you learn anything about his ankle in the locker room?
Anytime that you have injury that pops up on a Thursday, that's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
I mentioned that with the Texans with Woody Marks. It just happened now on IR with Travis Hunter in Jacksonville. So if you're Wednesday and you're not on the injury report and all of a sudden Thursday something pops up, that's not great, Bob. So with Forsythe, what would they do if they had any sort of injury with Luke Wattenberg? Because Forsythe's your backup center. I don't want to get into that. Too many possibilities. But, yeah, the Broncos are a little bit more banged up than they have been in recent years. Hey, Sean, shh. Stop talking about how you're so injury-free, please. Football gods don't look at that very kindly.
Yeah, the football gods are like, okay, we'll mark that one and remember it later when he said it late last year. So, yeah, you hope that he's able to go. We'll know, what is it, like that 4 o'clock hour on Fridays when you get that last report and get game designation. So we should know a little later. Like I said, the boys on the drive will be able to give you that information. Marvin Mims, he was a DMP and has been for 2 straight weeks. Nate Atkins and PS2 got the same designation, but we know what it is with them. And it's almost the same thing. See, so you get concussion, DMP. It's leading to an out. Like 99% out is what we'll learn about Marvin Mims today. And our buddy Mike Kliss was tweeting about it, the fact that he hasn't practiced, going to be difficult to make it to that game Sunday, and he goes back to what led to this. Marvin Mims shouldn't have even been on the field. It's miscommunication on a substitution package, and it's not like Marvin can not run out there because then you don't have enough guys on the field. And
right.
He's the one that has to catch the ball, so they'll clean that up. It just stinks that it's going to cost Marvin Mims a game.
Yeah, and it stinks out there without him because of what he can do in terms of being a dangerous weapon on offense. Not just special teams, but on offense as well. He's just starting to emerge, and they're just starting to do a little bit more. I want to see more, but first and foremost, get over your brain bruise.
Yeah, you're important to football and to the Denver Broncos, but your brain is more important than all of those
than
things.
Anything else.
So,
yes.
Yeah, take care of that first and foremost. And then as far as the game goes, Cease, is there anything that you watched, read, did some film study on last night that may suggest this isn't what we've suggested it will be all week, which is a one-score football game with the winner scoring no more than 24 points?
I like the business attitude, so I'm not going to say it's anything I observed. It's just kind of a feel around that locker room. They're having fun, but they're definitely not reading the headlines. We're on this win streak. We're the best. Like, there's none of that out there. I do think some of the reporters are getting that way a little bit, getting too far in front of things here. But I feel the Broncos, the players in that locker room, know they've got a quality team in front of them.
The reporters like, we've been reporting so hard, we're going to kill these guys.
Well, and the Broncos are so good now. Everyone's shocked by this start. Don't be shocked, just no ball, right? I had them at the bye as, they would be 8-3 at the bye. They have a chance to be 9-2.
They do.
So go out there, make the most of your chances, and go win these games against these tough opponents because the doubters and the naysayers, they're always going to be there, man. So go out and have some fun. Play some good football. This is a good football team. It's well coached. Perform like it, and you'll win.
All right, I want to go over my keys to the game. Then I want to get all of our mile-high moments. Cecil, me, Kevin.
Is Kevin going first so he doesn't steal everybody's?
We'll see. Let me get through my keys, and we'll see where you're at,
okay,
Kevin, with your long list of keys to the game. He got here early just so we could start his list. I got here. I'm like, Kevin's already here? He's
you want my keys to the game or just mile-high moments?
Mile-high moments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said it too.
I got keys too.
Plural there. Plural for Kevin. We'll get to those. I want to start with some keys here. Balance is number one, Cecil. We've been calling for it all year long, and we actually got it. Sean delivered a week ago with 29 passes versus 28 runs, which turned out to be Sean's best game plan all year, and they scored 44 points with 6 touchdowns, all of them coming from players under the age of 26 years old. So I really like that. I'd love it to be 29-28. I'd love it to be an even 50-50, 30-30 if they're going to run 60 offensive plays, but that's not realistic, and I got to try to be as realistic as I can. So give me a healthy split where the pass number does not exceed 7 more pass attempts than rush attempts. And I'm going to include the Bo Nix rush attempts in here because I know how much it means to you with your keys to the game coming up later, and I subscribe to that theory. I think you're right about that with Bo Nix. So give me a balanced game plan that does not have Bo can't be throwing the ball 40 times and there's 30 rush attempts.
Right.
It needs to be within 7 to go beat the Houston Texans.
Yeah, and 7's fair. You could
That's
say
actually
5.
a lot, yeah.
You could say 5 and be really fair in terms of balance. It doesn't have to be exactly 50-50. It's not going to be exactly 50-50. And some of those short passes can be substitute runs. But I think 7 is quite generous. And it should be that. It needs to be that for the Broncos to be able to win this one.
Well, and again, if they want to win the time of possession battle, it probably should be below 7. The discrepancy between
let's
pass
look
and
at
rush.
it from the apophatic view. What are the Texans thinking? We got to keep Bo Nix off the field.
Yeah.
We have a really good defense, but let's limit him by us running the ball. Nico Collins is back. Christian Kirk in the slot is back. So the Texans themselves might be having a defensive plan that includes limiting the amount of reps for one Bo Nix.
That's key number 1. Key number 2, it has everything to do with Bo Nix. I need to see a comfortable Bo Nix in the pocket. That will lead to rhythm and throwing the ball off of a platform, back foot planted, put a little zip on that thing. Trust the pocket, climb the ladder, let those routes develop, work on getting through more than 1 or 2 progressions. If the pocket does collapse, you have a little bit of time when you step up for a veteran guy like Courtland Sutton to realize what's happening, turn around, come back to the line of scrimmage, towards the line of scrimmage, and make himself available for his quarterback. Bo was as comfortable as I have seen him last week against the Cowboys. Their defense stinks. That's not the case with the Texans, but up front, they can't get any pressure. What was it, the 5th least pressures in the entire NFL up to this point is the Texans. Their strength is on the back end. And as good as they are on the back end, if you're asking anybody to cover Courtland Sutton, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Evan Ingram I'll throw in here because I'm hoping he's going to be a big part of this. Can they do it for a second and a half, 2 seconds? Yeah, they probably could. Can they do it for 4 or 5? No, they cannot. And I think there'll be multiple moments in this game where that's the kind of time that Bo Nix has to throw the ball.
And look at what Kurt Warner said about Bo Nix earlier this season, which is completely true. It's the fact that Bo was hurrying things himself when he didn't need to. Why was his footwork off? Because he was ahead with his feet. Your feet lead your eyes. And when you watch a quarterback, just watch where his feet are. His eyes are going to follow. You're never going to turn your head and then turn your body. Your body's always going to show where your eyes are going. So feet lead the eyes, and Bo was just too skittish. His feet were too fast, so then by the time he got there, he was throwing it too soon because his progressions were off. His timing was off. That's the beautiful thing. Why do I go Snowball from Clerks whenever I talk about this? Beautiful, man. It's such a beautiful thing about this game of football because of the timing that's necessary on all parts. The blocking, the quarterback, the routes run. Make sure Bo's comfortable. You're going to have great timing.
Well, and it's weird, too, because you always talk about the game slowing down for guys. And then you say, hey, Bo's moving too fast. It's not that, because I still think the game has slowed down for him. But as you said, it's just weird that the problem is him being too fast instead of the game coming at him too fast. If he were to just, I think he'd be sitting so pretty right now.
And isn't when you go, you're comfortable?
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, and key number 3, I don't want him to get a trade and then this guy get boxed out the rest of the season. I'm not ready to give up on Evan Ingram yet. He was the big offseason acquisition, and now with a slow start, and it's his fault. Couldn't get on the field early, and then even when he was on the field, it was very minimum, and maybe that had to do with health and things he was dealing with, but he was still on the field, and we always say if you take the jersey, you no longer get the excuse of an injury. I think it's time for an Evan Ingram breakout game. What does that look like? Well, we can talk about that, but the Texans beat the Niners last week. The Niners' only 2 touchdowns, the only success they found against this tough Texans defense was from the tight end position. 2 tight end scores a week ago against these Texans. That's why Evan Ingram needs to be a threat in the middle of the field. Those little quick releases. I know he's not the blocking tight end, but just that little chip, enough to make that safety play back rather than up. And then he gets a free release to drag across the middle of the field, and he has to make someone miss. He's great at stopping and catching the football. Make one person miss and run up the sideline for 50 yards like we saw in the dang preseason of Evan Ingram breaking out. I think this is a must game for Evan Ingram if the Broncos want to have some success, and I think he answers the bell.
I think I can guess your mile high moment then.
My mile high moment, it is. It's a big Evan Ingram game, but specifically a moment where it's a big touchdown, where it's tight, it's tied, it's late.
Okay.
It's a 3rd down, and they need something, and Evan Ingram finds the back of the end zone. What was it, a couple weeks ago? Middle of the field. He gets hit, puts his hand down to keep balance, and then falls into the end zone. That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's not a 50-yard, oh my gosh kind of moment, but it's they needed someone, he answered it. That's what I'm looking for. Mile high moment is it's Evan Ingram's time to shine.
That's a hat tip to you, kind sir. Kev, did you have that one on your list?
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yeah,
I was just rolling.
Cross that one off.
Crossing it off. He's got everything. He's thought of everything.
He has.
You have not thought of I have not thought about how to learn how to speak English, much to Amanda's chagrin. You have not ever thought of my mile high moment today. I've got the only one.
I bet you I have it written down.
I bet you don't.
Just say it on 3.
What do you got, Cease?
I got a Trent Sherfield touchdown.
Whoa. Kevin,
yes. I wanted to. No, you did not have that. I wanted to go with the Mercedes Lewis touchdown, right? Just assuming that Mercedes would get out there and be the oldest tight end and all that. But Trent Sherfield's going to play more without Marvin Mims. And the way that you beat the Houston Texans is you run out of trips formation. You have 3 wide receivers. You have 1 tight end, 1 running back. One of those receivers can be Trent Sherfield. Right? And that's where you sneak up on him. You're expecting Pat Bryant to do something based on last week. You're expecting Troy Franklin to do something based on last week. I think Trent Sherfield gets one this week. So give me an anytime Trent Sherfield touchdown.
I might lean
No, I'm not talking about. I invest for real. I don't do the fake investment.
I might be invested in Trent Sherfield.
I'm not going to poker games with NFL players, allegedly or whatever.
I like that a lot. That's really out of the box, but your reasoning is spot on because we saw this in training camp. Him kind of fill that spot when it was somebody out for a play, another player out for a series. It was Trent Sherfield that was filling that void. Yeah. So I really like that.
Get me a Trent Sherfield touchdown this week.
That's a good one right there.
And Kev did not have that one.
There's no way you were thinking about
What's the one
Trent
you
Sherfield.
have to pick?
It was right there. Well, I'll go to my 14th option here. I think I like both of your guys' things. I think this is going to be such a tight game that weird things are going to happen, like a Trent Sherfield or a touchdown. I have Abrams Drain getting the game-winning interception to close this thing out.
So not like a pick six, just to seal the deal.
Just to seal the deal.
Okay.
Seal the deal. He's playing for Patrick Surtain. He seals the deal for us.
I like that. See, both of you guys are kind of unique. Not the normal character that you would pick for a mile-high moment. I like that a lot. I like that.
Just because you are a character doesn't mean you have
That's
character.
Exactly right. Mm-hmm. You asked Sean Pendergrass earlier when we had him on. We'll reset some of that. But you asked about Woody Marks.
Yeah.
This is a rookie that's kind of coming on strong. We know they're without Joe Mixon, who was supposed to be a part.
Right.
A big part
That's
of
why
what
they
were
signed
gonna
Nick
do.
Chubb.
And they go get Nick Chubb, which led to the J.K. Dobbins, at least, initial conversation.
Who got the better back? The Broncos with J.K. or the Texans with Nick Chubb?
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
JK.
And I think Nick Chubb, when he was at his best before all these injuries, he's the best running back in football. And now he's just kind of broken. But as Sean said, you block him for 4, he's going to get you 4. You block him for 4 with J.K., he's going to get you 7. So I think there is a big difference between those two signings, and it was the Chubb deal that propelled the Broncos to seal the deal with one J.K. Dobbins. So, yeah, and watch out. Woody Marks has out-touched Nick Chubb over the last 2 games.
And he's listed as questionable right now.
Yeah, calf injury, and it popped up, much like Alex Forsythe. He's fine Wednesday. Thursday, he gets hurt in practice.
So then it would be Chubb and Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce was a decent name for a year.
Yeah, he was
or so.
all right. He was all right.
But that's a huge advantage for the Denver Broncos. Because you mentioned it to Woody Marks. Not only could he hurt you out of the backfield,
right,
that linebacker matchup that we're concerned about,
Yes.
that's where they could take advantage of the Broncos.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if Woody Marks got you on a play, okay, you know what I mean? Like, don't let Nico Collins get you. Christian Kirk should be taken care of by Jaquan McMillan. Any tight end that they trot out there, probably Harrison Bryant, probably going to get taken care of. Just no matter of fact, it's Harrison Bryant, you know. So where are your threats at? Woody Marks would have been a threat. Nico Collins is a threat. They may be without Woody Marks, so you're dealing with a team that's good, well coached, disciplined. They just don't have the weapons that you have on offense.
Yeah, and like I said, if they do find some success, the Broncos offense inside the 20s, once they get in the red zone, I feel if they get into the red zone, a field goal minimum, but I think the Broncos can score every single time they get in the red zone. Can you get there more often than not becomes the biggest question.
It's touchdowns or field goals, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
touchdowns
yeah.
or field goals. Points put on the board when they're in the red zone at 100% clip, but you have to get into the red zone.
Hey, I'm okay with not punting. You know what I think about punters.
Yeah, that they wasted a 6th-round draft pick on one.
Crawshaw's been fine.
Yeah, but you didn't
Should have been a
pick him.
Rondé Gadsden. You know, should have been. We can do that dance all day long.
He's a good punter, but to pick a punter with a draft pick is something that I would never do.
Well, let's just say not everybody does it.
Yeah, like nobody does it. George Payton does it, and that's pretty much it. All right, a few mile-high moment texts that I want to get to. Let me tell you about our fan flyaway being back. Thanks to 303-LAW-4040. First, you want to save that number in your phone. This time, we're sending a lucky listener, possibly you, and a guest to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. If you win this thing, and we want someone from the tribe to win it just so we could talk more crap to the other shows, you're going to win 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for you and your guest from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and a little walking around money with $500 in your pocket. For more information and to get registered, go to thefanflyaway.com. If you've entered into a previous flyaway contest, you're already registered for this one because once you sign up for a fan flyaway, you're automatically entered into all future fan flyaways. We'll take care of it for you. Someone is texting in that Kevin took their mile-high moment, so I like that.
Whoa.
Stealing his bit right there.
Okay.
Really good work. And then Dylan from North Denver, although we prefer to call you Dylon. He says he's keeping residents pest-free at Colorado Pest Management. Appreciate that, Dylon. Shout out to the tribe for getting me through my workday. Right back at you. You do the same for us. His mile-high moment, and this is a true listener, he writes, Patrick Sean Payton will be looking fresh, sporting a pair of orange slacks on the sideline. Remember he said he didn't wear the throwback
The throwbacks because of the slacks.
it didn't match right.
Yeah.
And the multiple different blues that you guys see that I don't see. He said if it were orange, he would have rocked it. They're going to wear the throwbacks in 6 days against the Raiders, aren't they?
I believe so, yes.
So shouldn't Sean be wearing the orange slacks not this week, but Thursday when they kick off week 10?
He should be, yes.
So Dylon's right. I think he's just 6 days early.
Okay. Hey, you can have mile-high moments. I got a mile-high moment. We're going to be broadcasting from a parade.
I like that.
Broncos, Nuggets,
February and
Avs.
June. Yeah, let's
Oh,
double
yeah.
dip on that.
Yeah, man.
I think Sean would act. If Sean came out in the Raiders game in the throwback D, orange pants, and a visor that Kevin's been calling for,
Yeah.
the Broncos are winning by 1 million.
Broncos
And
by
it's
a
the
million.
Raiders.
Book it.
And it's the Raiders.
Yeah, and it's the Raiders. You
Both
don't lose
stink.
in that gear.
Uh,
We have full if we're at a parade, if we're broadcasting for a parade, we have full forgiveness for everything that's done and said during that show, right? I mean, it's just kind of a given. If you have a parade, don't shake your head no. If you have a parade, then we can drink whatever we'd like. We can,
have a
partake
stogie.
with whatever
Right.
we'd like, smoke whatever we'd like, right?
I feel like it's a
It's a parade. I mean,
Yeah.
we're there and we happen to have microphones.
I feel like it's more of a ask for forgiveness after thing. Right?
I think
God.
it's more like
We're
a
getting the stare down right now.
either somebody needs to do their laundry or somebody's having a party. That's what that is.
I had a lot of fun at the last parade.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
I would like to have a lot of fun at a parade with you this year.
February. Well, it's Denver, so it would be nice still.
Yeah.
They'd wait for a nice day.
Even if it was cold,
You warm me up a
a
little.
little cowboy medicine warm you up.
Calvin from Kentucky. We have 2 exceptions from Kentucky. It's Big E and it's Calvin here. Kevin has every Broncos jersey scoring in the game. Every Broncos jersey, number-wise, you have it as your mile-high moment, says Calvin. Is
Me?
that how you write it down?
No.
You just go in order?
Just go through the roster.
I start with
numerically?
Bo Nix, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. Bo Nix, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
I got every scenario. You know, like Sean's got his playbook. It's like 3rd and long. He's got like 8 plays.
Yeah.
That's what I got here.
No,
One of my favorites.
Too many for Sean.
One of my favorites in YouTube, Thunderbuns 77. I don't know. What are Thunderbuns? But Thunderbuns says, who else is marathoning spooky movies today? One of my
that's
Halloween
great.
traditions, especially with the kids grown up and moved out, is just like rolling through scary movies.
Do you have like a movie or
I
just
watched
whatever?
The Proposal last night and it scared me. But
I don't know what that one is.
The Sandra Bullock. You don't like Sandra Bullock?
I like her. I don't know about her movies.
Ryan Reynolds?
I don't know that one.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
you don't help the bit when you're like, hey, Star Wars. Nah, The Proposal. Like, huge movie, like 15 years
that
ago.
one's I missed me. I don't know.
You missed that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about like Chucky or Poltergeist or
Well,
something.
I'm
like
just
that.
saying last night that movie
Oh,
scared me.
okay,
Then
okay.
Tonight I'll be watching something else. No devil movies, though. I don't do devil stuff.
You don't?
Exorcist, none like that. I'll take your slasher movies, whatever. Those are fine. Nothing, no Conjuring, no nothing like
So
that.
I told you I've been having trouble sleeping, and
Yeah, don't watch devil movies then.
have you ever? You probably haven't. The Exorcism of Emily Rose
No, God, no. I
Scared
would
the-
never watch. This trailer scared me.
scared the crap out of me back in the day, and I couldn't remember the right time. But at 3:24 this morning, I woke up, and I go downstairs so I don't wake up Kelsey and our lovely wiener dog Bruce, and it was 3:24, and the first thing that popped in my head was the Exorcism of Emily Rose, because in that
Why?
movie they say that the witching hour
It's
starts,
3 a.m..
It starts at 3:07 a.m.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, and I just woke up at 3:24 a.m. So I start like, if anyone's here, I start doing that kind of stuff, and then I definitely couldn't go back to sleep. So it's like 4:45, and I'm like, I guess I'm just up for the day.
I'm just, here we go. Let's start drinking coffee, huh?
So yeah, Exorcism of Emily Rose popped into my head.
Well,
at
maybe you
3:24.
shouldn't watch scary movies if you're having trouble sleeping. I got something for that, by the way.
Yeah,
Mike Evans might
I know.
not have any trouble sleeping tonight.
let's hit a quick timeout.